Hi everybody, welcome to the Forever Winter on my PC, and I wanted to make a quick video because you've probably seen lots of gameplay about the Forever Winter over the last few days or weeks, and maybe been incredibly impressed by the way that it looks, and you're thinking, whoa, does this game play as good as it looks? Does it look as good as it looks on YouTube when you actually play it on your PC? And what sort of game is it? And so my first impressions, if you like, not a review, just first impressions. It's very, very important to remember that this game is early access as well, which I think is pretty amazing for the state that it's in, which means that it may well be, well, it definitely is quite janky at some points, and hasn't been optimized that brilliantly either. So I mean, I'm running an RTX 3070, I'm running medium settings I think, but it looks fantastic. It looks, you know, as good as something like Cyberpunk 2077, and I'm getting sort of between 30 and 60 frames a second depending on the area of the map I'm in. So what sort of game is this? Well, it's an extraction shooter set in a dystopian future where up on the surface there's these factions that are fighting this forever war. And there's soldiers, there's cyborgs, there's robots, there's tanks, there's mechs, all this sort of stuff. But down below here, in the innards, there's us. We are the scavengers, and we've got to try and keep our base going by supplying it with water, and also finding things like medical supplies, ammo, weapons, all that sort of stuff. So when we go to the surface to scavenge, there's all these battles going on that we've got to try and avoid. So we've got to snake our way through. But I tell you what, why don't we just dive in straight away? Now, this is our base, and you can wander around, and you can go to the different vendors and go to the different consoles and interact with the things that you want to do, like change your region, all that sort of stuff. But you can just hit escape, and you can go through, and you can change things very, very quickly. You know, buy things, sell things, really quickly like that. So you don't have to wander around. But I do like it when they have this kind of this hub area that you can use or not use, depending on, you know, what you want to do, or they want to just jump in. It isn't just about looting though and surviving. This is also about doing quests as well for different factions that will ask us to do things, whether that be traders, ask us to go and find some things, or the different factions that are actually on the surface will ask us to do some jobs as well. It's important to remember that whatever extra things we take into a particular level, if we die there, we're going to leave them behind. We'll always have our rig that we have on our back and have our basic gun and our basic shotgun, but if we take extra ammo or extra meds, we'll lose them. Also, anything that we find in a raid, in a run, if we die, that will get left behind. So the idea is, whatever you find, you must try and extract. And what you'll tend to do, you'll spawn in an area, and then normally on the other side of the map there's your extraction point. There's lots of these maps that you can go into, and you can choose different departure points and different extraction points depending on which one you choose. But as you can see, it looks absolutely fantastic. So when you first spawn it, at the moment anyway, the map's empty for a few seconds, and then the enemies will start spawning in. So we'll get enemies will spawn in down here, enemies will spawn over there, and they'll spawn in, and then they all start sort of wandering into the map and interacting with each other independent of us. They're not here to destroy and find us, they're here to find and destroy each other. However, if we become a threat to them, or they notice us, or we get too close, you know, they'll finish us off. Right, there we go, there go some tanks. There's probably going to be some big mechs. Right, there we go, there's some big mechs there, so they're going to start firing. So there's some drones coming in over here. So my current quest is to find some drone parts from destroyed drones, but I'm not going to concentrate on that for this particular mission. What we're going to try and do is we're just going to try and get over there, because I know generally there's some water over there, but we've got enemies over there as well. And the idea is to give you a flavour. Now, I have turned the sound off because, you know, being a YouTube video, I've got to be careful. If I do have sound activated, then you can get copyright strikes and stuff like that. But the ambient sound, and generally just what's going on in the map, is absolutely brilliant. And you get all these battlefield moments that you're not involved in. You're just watching as these different enemies start blowing bits off each other. Oh, got to be careful, there's a drone there. And quite a lot of your time will be spent like this, where you'll think, right, I need to get to that extraction point over there, but there's some enemies having a battle, or there's a drone hanging around, or there's a soldier there. Now, you will die an awful lot in this game, but that's part of it. You know, it's part of the learning the process. And I guess each level is a bit like a puzzle, and you're trying to figure out the best route across it to get to the areas that you know where there might be some loot. However, what changes all the time... I know what we got here. Alright, I don't want some explosives because that'll take up a big bit of my... What changes all the time is where the enemies are and how they interact with each other, because there's all this RNG, random number generation stuff, as they're just getting on with it and sort of doing what they do, killing each other, and you're caught in the middle. Very stalker-like, and it is absolutely brilliant. Very frustrating though, because sometimes you just wander around a corner and there'll just be a load of enemies, and like, for example, like there's enemies over there. I want to get over there, so they do kind of get distracted when they're fighting each other. Let's go up to this bit here. Let's see if we can keep our heads down. And this is one of those few games.
Worth the extra weight.
Okay, so there's a lockbox there. Okay. So because we've got this lockbox, it means normally we would have water underneath here. We can always drop that if we have to. Right, let's have a look. Any enemies? Right, let's quickly run across here. Get up here. Go on. You can be one of several different characters. They've all got different base stats. So some of them are faster at running than others. Some of them can take more damage. Some of them can carry more stuff. And you level them up as well. So as you play and you survive, you get XP, which you can then spend on better traits, better skills, which enable you to be more successful with the harder missions as you go to different areas. And the same goes for the guns as well. And you get different bits to add on. What's this? Let's take all of those. Right, let's see if there's any water in here, because there might. Again, the loot can be random. Okay, so there's no water in here, but we can take the medical supplies. So let's just take all of that. Okay. What was that there? Was that a gun? Destroyed. Oh, vector. Oh, whatever, but it's destroyed, so there's no point. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make our way, hopefully, to the extraction point. Now, our extraction point is over there. As you can see, there's fighting enemy soldiers. So we're going to think, okay, so there's an enemy over there as well. Let's see if we can... Now, this is always the dangerous thing. Now, there's lots of features in this game are missing. So, for example, the ability to switch shoulder when you're going around corners, that sort of thing. Right, okay, so that's my extraction point over there. Now, it looks clear. So we're going to... Oh, no, some soldiers have spawned in. There we go. See those guys there. Got some guys over there as well. At the moment, there's no option of going first person apart from when you aim down sight. Right, there's some cyborgs there. Looks like they're all engaging each other. So you've still got to keep your wits about you. So even when you're waiting, some enemies might creep up behind you. These guys are enjoying themselves, aren't they? Okay, so that looks like it's clear. Okay, so some guys over there. So if we go this way, swing round. Avoid those. Oh, there's a couple of drones. Will they let us through? I think we made it. They don't want to follow us.
Oh shit, we made
And there we go. Now, we didn't get the water, but we did get some other supplies. And we got some experience as well. So return to the inners. Let's see what we got. And we could sell stuff to the vendors to get money. And with money, we can get better weapons or more meds. Or, you know, things to take on to our next mission as well. As it loads in. And I think what I love about this game, what I love about it already, is the art style and the atmosphere. Oh, open all boxes. No? What's in that then? Move to stash. So we've got all this stuff. We've got some ammo, we've got some first aids, we've got some more ammo, we've got all these small... So we can move all that to our stash. There we go. And then what we could also do now is if we go to our character... Probably, so he's got 1600 XP, so we can't buy any more skills at the moment, but we could go to a vendor, we could go to this guy. What junk have we got? A mech repair tool, so we could sell that for 1600 credits, or we could buy a nice AK or VKS or something like that. And the gameplay loop continues, so you don't have to go in and specifically achieve the aims for a particular quest. You know, if you don't want to, if it becomes impossible, or you're just like, whoa, you know, I've found some other stuff, so I'm going to try and, you know, I'm just going to extract now. And remember as well that, where's the region? So we were in the Scorched Enclave there, of which there's 3 entry points that we could choose, and they have different exit points. So for example, if we go via the cliffs, we actually have to come out here to extract, and there's actually a timed extraction where you've got to hit it and then you have to wait. But we've also got all of let's come back out of there, all of these areas as well, and I guess these areas are coming, either unlocked or be coming soon. Very, very cool indeed. And I am playing it on gamepad. Well, it's like a combination of gamepad and keyboard and mouse, because some things you need to use the keyboard and mouse for. But I think what you'll probably find is a lot of these oddities will be sorted out in the next big patch that they have. Because I say this is early access, but it's been very impressive so far. Kind of like a cross between Terminator, The Division, Stalker, that sort of thing. Yeah, if you like what you're seeing, I think you'll probably like playing the game. Anyway, that's enough from me. What do you think though? Put your questions and comments down below, and of course I'll see you again soon.